If you live in the United States, you probably do some form of recycling. It's likely that you separate paper from plastic and glass and metal. You rinse the bottles and cans that you might put food scraps in a container destined for a composting facility. As you sort everything into the right bins, you probably assume that recycling helps your community and protecting the environment. But is it? Are you in fact wasting your time? Today, I will inform this audience about the benefits of recycling, what occurs when you don't recycle, and how to become a part of the solution with a growing environmental issue. What if you don't recycle? Pollution and pollutants will overpopulate the earth, whether it is air, water, or land pollution. People will stop riding bikes and will ride cars, which emit carbon dioxide into the air. And the atmosphere will be damaged if too much CO2 goes into the air. Landfills will become too massive and overcrowded with trash and items that could be recycled. That landfills will become too toxic from all the chemicals coming from styrofoam, batteries, plastic, paper, and more. By not reducing or reusing and recycling, we are destroying the natural habitats. The trees are being cut down faster than they can regrow, thanks to people who don't recycle paper and other wood products. When you don't reduce your use of energy, non-renewable resources will become unavailable faster and faster. Non-renewable means that these resources take a long time to form, so they are non-sustainable. Oil, coal, and natural gases are considered non-renewable resources. Those are some of the things that could happen to humans, animals, plants, etc. if we don't start protecting our environment and atmosphere now. We as a society currently can physically see the impact that we as a whole have had on the aquatic ecosystem. I am speaking about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. While many different types of trash enter the ocean, plastics make up a majority of marine debris for two reasons. First, plastics are durability, the low cost, and malleability, which means it's being used in more and more consumer and industrial products. Second, plastic goods do not biodegrade, but instead break down into smaller pieces. In the ocean, the sun breaks down the plastics into thinner and thinner pieces, a process known as photodegradation. Scientists have collected up to 750,000 bits of microplastic in a single square kilometer of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. That's about 1.9 million bits per square mile. Most of its debris come from plastic bags, bottle caps, plastic water bottles, and styrofoam cups. Marine debris can be very harmful to marine life in the gyre. For instance, long-head sea turtles often mistake plastic bags for jellies, their favorite food. Albatross mistake their plastic resin pellets for fish eggs and feed them to chicks, which die of starvation or ruptured organs. Landfills are growing so rapidly that many are being built in our own backyards. Landfills are an important part of the waste management system, but we should still avoid trashing something when it could be recycled or composted. While landfills themselves have improved, all the stuff in the landfills still represent a loss of the environment and economy. For example, as much as 50% of all landfill space is taken up by paper, much of which could have been recycled. Had all the paper been recycled, more energy and resources like trees and water could have been saved. We could have used that paper rather than trees to make new paper. Plus, as all of the stuff in the landfills decomposes, it creates methane, a very powerful greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. In fact, landfills are the third largest source of methane emissions in the US. As we can all see, not recycling has much greater effect that goes just beyond dirty streets. The benefits of recycling. Recycling is one of the most effective alternative waste management solutions, and without garbage winds up either getting buried in a landfill or incinerated as a waste to energy facility. Both options pose problems. Landfill space is limited, and increased trash production would necessitate either the creation of new landfills or some other disposal method. Waste to energy facilities can theoretically eliminate infinite amounts of waste, but they also generate environmentally hazardous materials in the process. Recycling also helps conserve natural resources. Without recycling, each increasingly finite resource, such as timber, mineral ores, and water, could be in even shorter supply. Increased use of natural resources would also affect natural habitats and biodiversity negatively. Recycling also dramatically reduces energy consumption in it takes far less energy to reproduce used materials than to extract, process, and manufacture natural resources into new products. Without recycling, products of many consumer goods would require more energy and increase costs. Another economic impact would be that it eliminates jobs. The recycling industry creates hundreds of thousands of jobs in the US alone, and eliminating recycling would mean eliminating all those positions. Recycling reduces landfill waste. In 2013 alone, 25 tons of municipal solid waste were generated, conserves natural resources. Recycled office paper saves 17 trees or 26,500 liters of water, 2,100 liters of oil, and 2.3 M3 of landfills. Reduces energy consumption. In 2014, enough MSW was recycled to provide electricity to 30 million homes, save forests and habitats, and 1/10 of newspapers were recycled in America. 25 million trees would be saved each year, decreases pollution. Recycled paper reduces air pollution by 75%, reduces global warming. In 2007, MSW was recycled, reduced greenhouse gases by 181 metric tons. How to get involved? Step 1, build a team. Step 2, create a plan. Step 3, choose which materials to recycle. And step 4, figure out the collection and processing. Step 5, plot a plan for preventing waste. Step 6, educate the community. And, we must respect Mother Earth and remember that we are building our future. We are building for our future children, grandchildren, and generations can effectively save Mother Earth and preserve for our children, grandchildren, and the future generations to come once again.